Good morning. Thank you for coming. Public education is the second largest industry on Long Island, second only to healthcare. In Nassau County alone, there are more than 80,000 people employed in public education, and our 56 school districts serve more than 200,000 students. Therefore, it is fitting that we get together once a year and we talk about education. Today, we're going to talk about 5 vital issues that are impacting Nassau County public education and our communities. They are the changing enrollment in Nassau County schools, workforce development, equity for all students, mental health, and cybersecurity. Looking forward, these are the topics that I see having the greatest impact on this county and beyond. We have tremendous opportunities, but we need everyone, from school administrators, board members, industry leaders, community leaders, and legislators to pay attention, do the right thing, and do the thing right for students of all ages and abilities. Let's start talking about district enrollments. We have all been told that enrollments are going down. It's made the headlines in the newspapers, so it must be true. But that's just an oversimplification of what's truly happening with student enrollments. Yes, enrollments have decreased significantly in 14 of Nassau County's 56 school districts over the last 10 years. But in 9 districts, enrollment has grown by more than 10%. That's not what is truly remarkable. Did you know that the number of students with disabilities has increased by 41% in the last 10 years? 41%. Or that the number of English language learners in Nassau County has grown by 51% in 10 years, 51%. The reasons for these 2 growth areas are many and could take up the whole day on their own. The fact is, these populations have grown and will continue to grow, and school districts, as well as all of our other infrastructure, must evolve as well. What does this mean for school districts? A heavy, heavy financial investment. These students need and deserve special supports that can have a significant impact on a district's budget. When it comes to English language learners, we must do what has been done in the past for each new wave of immigrants. We must provide them with an education and the tools needed to assimilate into our culture and contribute to our democracy. We would be remiss if we didn't also ask, what do these changing demographics as well as changing technologies mean for industries on Long Island? Who are the workers of tomorrow? What are they going to be doing? How are they going to be trained? Workforce development is at the core of Nassau BOCES' mission. From our career and technical education programs for high school students and adults to our preparation of special education students, Nassau BOCES is continually working with more than 650 industry partners to ensure that our programs are aligned with current needs. And sometimes that means we need to add a program. This year, we opened a new diesel engine program for adults. The program opportunity will also be added to our high school program next year. We've also added specialized career and technical education programs for adult English language learners. In addition to learning career skills, the programs provide intensive language lessons focused on the words most needed for a particular career. For additional insight into the industry needs of the future, let's take a minute to listen to John Skinner, Nassau County's Commissioner of Labor.
We already know about the traditional jobs, and we also know that from our meetings recently on infrastructure and transportation that the Long Island Railroad is going to need 1,000 track electricians alone in the future. And all of that has become automated and computerized. So the kids are going to need different skills to do those jobs. BOCES can fill that void and have those people trained up so that they're prepared to go to further training in those occupations.
The time has come to face the reality and say something that disputes and challenges conventional thinking. Our students do not need a college degree to make a living wage and raise a family on Long Island. They do not need to assume thousands of dollars of debt to have a successful career. It is just not necessary in 2019. The industries on Long Island are crying out for middle skills employees, people with some training and critical thinking skills. We hear this at every meeting that we have with our industry partners. In addition to highly skilled workers, such as plumbers and electricians, are desperately needed, according to their unions and the United States Department of Labor. Long Island has a 3% unemployment rate, 3%. If someone wants a job and comes with the right attitude and just a little bit of training, they can have one. So the question is, if there are so many opportunities, why aren't more people pursuing them? There are 3 reasons. Stigma, stigma, stigma. The stigma of not going to college, the stigma of working with your hands, the stigma of getting your hands dirty. It is time to dispel the notion that working with one's hands is less than or dishonorable. I'd like to ask Abby Cushing to join me for a minute. Abby? Come here, buddy. I didn't memorize this. It's on the back wall, right? Abby is a senior from Syosset High School who attends Barry Tech, our career and technical education program, part-time. She is the only 3rd female student to ever attend our construction electricity program, and she is thriving. Companies are lining up to hire her when she graduates in June. This is who we are fighting for. Thank you, Abby. We need the help of everyone in this room to break the stigma. Some strong partnerships are emerging. Please watch this short video.
The future workforce of Long Island is going to look a whole lot different than the current workforce. And we need to be making sure that we're taking the necessary steps to plan for that future workforce. And it's critically important that we utilize and support our friends at Nassau BOCES, as well as our 2 community colleges, because I think that is where the best future training will take place for the workforce for tomorrow.
BOCES is already on the forefront of teaching the youth of today the skills that they need for the jobs of tomorrow, whether it's tech, any kind of career, construction, automotive, you name it. BOCES is already doing it. Let's support them, and let's take advantage of this great asset that we already have. It is the epitome of shared services.
Northwell Health, Tom Swazi, the State Commissioner of Labor, Roberta Reardon, and so many others are also committed to eliminating the stigma. I hope all of you and your organizations will join us as well. We need a strong coalition of like-minded leaders to bring about an end to this stigma. Use your role and act as a bully pulpit on this issue. Keep it in the public eye and share examples of why career and technical education is so important to Long Island. In addition to stigma, we must look at equity. Abby is lucky enough to come from a district that allowed her to attend Barry Tech. The same is true for the Long Island High School for the Arts students that you heard just a few minutes ago. But there are many students throughout Nassau County and the state who are not so fortunate. The ramifications impact not only your students, but the economic development throughout the state. Let's take away the barrier and let the student and their parents decide if attending a BOCES program is right for them. I have asked Governor Cuomo and our legislators to change the education law. Please join our call to action and support this legislative initiative. Equity is also an issue when it comes to pre-K in New York. The state pays for 100% of 3- and 4-year-olds in New York City to receive their pre-K education, but only a small percentage of Long Islanders receive this. I have good news on this front. The Long Island Pre-K Initiative, which is a grant-funded collaborative of the 3 Long Island BOCES and the Nassau and Suffolk Child Care Councils, has secured $475,000 in state funding for a regional pre-kindergarten technical assistance center on Long Island. Thank you to all the legislators who supported this initiative, especially Assemblywoman Szilagyi and Senator Martinez. I would also like to thank the Roush and Hagedorn Foundations for their belief in this project from the start. The center will support the expansion of pre-K on Long Island, provide professional development to ensure quality programs, build partnerships between school districts and community-based organizations, while providing technical expertise to pre-K program leaders. I'd like to thank Lucinda Hurley and Mike O'Brien for their efforts on this particular effort. Thank you very much. Please stand. Last year, I spoke about the need for more mental health services for students. This year, it is still a major priority for me. I would love to see the term mental health transition to mental fitness. Mental fitness is to emotional stability what physical fitness is to the body. It is just as important and should be treated as such. Thanks to the hard work of many, New York has a new law this year that requires mental health curriculum be taught in every school. We are committed to doing more for mental health in our schools and are working closely with Dr. Ron Smith, a psychologist and retired superintendent, who assisted in spearheading the creation of the new state mental health requirement. We are also partnering with Dominic Palmer, who is the chair of the Nassau County Council of School Superintendents Mental Health Committee, to launch major new initiatives next school year. There are several mental health events planned for November. On November 5th, a new Long Island Student Support Team Conference will be held that focuses on new mental health mandates and practices, mindfulness, and the overall well-being of students. Then on November 15th, Dr. Blaise Aguirre from Harvard Medical School will present a workshop on behavior management in today's demanding school environment. Rounding out the month, on November 22nd, Dr. Bill Daggett will be presenting a workshop on social emotional learning and mental health. In addition, at Nassau BOCES, our special education department broadened our multi-tiered system of support for mental health by expanding our relationship with North Shore Child and Family Guidance, as well as infusing trauma-sensitive school protocols in our elementary programs. The last major issue I want to touch upon today is cybersecurity. This is going to be an increasingly sensitive issue for school districts. Multiple districts have received cyber attacks that have totally disabled their computer systems. Thankfully, our technicians are among the best in the business and have been able to help districts return to normalcy very quickly. Every district needs to have a heightened awareness and stricter internal and external controls in place. Here at BOCES, we are working on our systems, even as we help districts improve their own systems. Will everyone who is part of the team that assisted our districts that experienced the cyber attacks please stand? We are now at the favorite part of the speech. I'm going to highlight a few of our collective successes as an agency, as well as recognize some staff members and students. We have enormous success with students who remain with us until high school graduation. 92% of students in special education academic programs receive diplomas from their home districts. 97% of Barry Tech students and 100% of Long Island High School for the Arts students successfully complete their programs at Nassau BOCES. The vast majority of all of these students go on to attend post-secondary education. Our special education program is one of the strongest in the nation. Once again, we have significantly surpassed local, state, and national graduation rates for both regular and special education students. 92% of our special education students graduated as compared to 54% in New York and 67% nationally. Last year, 53% of our students who attended special education high school programs earned Regents diplomas, and another 3% earned advanced Regent diplomas. Some of the students in our special education department are already earning college credit, thanks to partnerships with Nassau Community College, Hofstra University, and Farmingdale State College. I want you to meet Nick Salvatore, a Belmore Merrick student who attends our early high school program at Nassau Community College. Let's watch a short video of Nick.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Salvatore, and I am a senior in the early college high school program at Nassau BOCES. Now, when I first came here, I had no clue how college works. Now I have a pretty okay idea of what goes on, what they require from you, what they expect, and next year I'll be ahead of the game. I live with my mom now, and I'm taking the role of the man of the house. It's me, my mom, my two younger sisters, and I have to look out for them. You know, they're my girls, and I love them all, and I'm always there to protect them. And it's very hard, and coming to BOCES really does teach you all about, like, you know, what life is and how to deal with certain life situations, because it's not only academic in BOCES, it's all about being a better person.
We are pleased to have Nick here today. Nick, please stand. That's why we're here. We are committed to upgrading and enhancing our facilities to meet current and evolving needs. I'll touch on a couple. This year we finalized the purchase of the Jerusalem Avenue School in Belmore, which we had leased for more than 20 years. And we are planning major renovations for the CARMAN Road School, including replacing the central system, which includes the heating and air conditioning system. That'll happen over the summer. I'm also thrilled to announce that we opened a new high-tech facility at Campsett Historical Park in Lloyd Harbor. We have provided outdoor environmental education to thousands of students at the park for more than 4 decades. This new facility lets us enhance learning because the new technology tools will permit students to watch wildlife, listen to their sounds, and learn about the outdoor environment before actually seeing it. Will everyone involved in that project please stand? We continue in our highly successful Educational Dialogue series, which focuses on hard topics facing school district leaders. This year we featured talks on immigration, mental health, and gangs. We plan to have several dialogues next year, including one on gender transition, and continue our series on mental health. Providing meals for students has always been a priority for Nassau BOCES, but the expense and paperwork have made it an ongoing struggle. Thanks to the efforts of Tim Hallahan, our food services administrator, Nassau BOCES received a grant from New York to provide free meals for our students. Since the program started in September, we have been able to provide free breakfast and lunch to 1,100 special education students every day this year. 150 of those students receive specialized food every day due to either medical or religious reasons. Thank you, Tim, and your staff. There is one more initiative that I must touch on. Our CIT team is working on a climate survey service. This project is doing groundbreaking work with incredible implications for student achievement as well as social and emotional growth. School climate affects a child's sense of safety and acceptance. It ultimately determines their ability to focus on learning. All districts throughout the country are being asked to review and assess their school climate. The Federal Department of Education created a survey for this. This is where it gets a little hairy. Our team married the Department of Education survey with our data information warehouse. Don't worry, all of what's going on is anonymous. We removed everything that could tie a specific student to the answers. But what this information reveals is incredibly valuable for planning and informing instruction. Want to know if your district has a drug problem? Want to know what grade it starts in? Want to know if discipline is fair or if one type of student is being singled out? All of these are here in the climate survey. It would take another hour or so to adequately describe how valuable this tool can be to districts that really want to ensure that they are providing the best learning environment. 20,000 students from 13 districts have already completed this survey. 30 districts are expected to participate during the 1920 school year. Our goal is to have all 56 districts take the survey in the following year. Will everyone involved in this project please stand? Now I'm going to highlight some of the honors and accolades received by our board, staff, and students this year. Earlier this year, I was thrilled to accept the United States Army Leadership Award on behalf of Nassau BOCES. This award recognizes excellence and strength in fostering honor, integrity, personal courage, selfless service, respect, loyalty, and duty. 6 of our board members will be honored next week at the Nassau-Suffolk School Boards Association annual dinner. Deborah Coates will receive the Outstanding School Board Service Award. We are blessed to have board members who have long-standing careers of service. Every year, the association recognizes board members who have been active for more than 25 years. Those receiving the Dedicated School Board Service Award this year are Eric Schultz, Susan Bertram, Mike Weinick, Marty Kay, and Steve Witt. Let's give them a round of applause. 3 current staff members have received the BOCES Education Partner Award in April. Please stand. Jervy Edwards, Barbara Gammy, and Maureen Millay. Next up, I would like to recognize our Scope Educational Service Award winners. Please stand. Fran Langster, Tony Fierro, Paul Ionata, and Teresa Scatora. Thank you. I'm very proud to recognize teacher aide Catherine Lennox. She represents the best in that of any of us that can be when she's faced with a challenging situation. Catherine works in one of our district-based classrooms as part of the Children's Readiness Center. One day in the cafeteria, she noticed that a student was choking and didn't hesitate to act. She performed the Heimlich maneuver and literally saved the child's life. Thank you, Catherine. Every year, several of our staff members make presentations at the state and national level. Most recently, Judy Hines, our Assistant Director of Regional Schools and Instructional Programs, presented at the Association for Career and Technical Education's Regional Conference in Pennsylvania. Great work, Judy. Finally, I would like to recognize Angela Marshall, who won the New York State Public Relations Association 2018 Communicator of the Year Award. Congratulations, Angela. At this point in time, let's take a moment to recognize this year's retirees. Ladies and gentlemen, 60 are retiring who have dedicated decades of their lives to this agency, and we wish them a wonderful retirement. Congratulations. I would also like to take a minute or two to remember and honor the employees who passed away this year. Lincoln Derrick, Denise Kirshner, Ellen Powers, and Robert Wendelkin. Please join me in a moment of silence. I'm incredibly proud of your students who attend our programs. They're amazing ambassadors for both of your school districts and our programs, winning numerous awards and recognitions. Earlier this month, 12 students received Nassau BOCES' highest honor, the George FARBER Outstanding Student Award. Under the leadership of Dr. Christine Bleeker, the Long Island High School for the Arts has increased the rigor of its curriculum and program. 4 Long Island High School for the Arts students were recognized for their talents by the Long Island Arts Alliance as Scholar Artists. Thanks to our ongoing partnership with Billy Joel and Exploring the Arts, our LISA students have been blessed with many amazing experiences and opportunities. This year, 13 students had the incredible opportunity, thank you, to be, I'm not buying, had the opportunity to be introduced by actor Alec Baldwin and perform with their peers from the Frank Sinatra School for the Arts before a star-studded crowd in New York City. They then attended Billy Joel's concert as his guest. As always, Barry Tech students made a great showing at the Skills USA State Competition, with 13 students earning awards, including 4 first-place honors. Carpentry student John O'Mara was elected as the National Skills US Delegate for New York. Is John here? Please stand up. Way to go, John. Congratulations. There is one other person that I would like to recognize for her quick thinking and bravery. Sarah Marias. Please stand. Are you here, Sarah, with us? Oh, stand up. One day, on her walk home from school, Sarah, who is a nursing assistant student in our Hicksville in-district class, encountered a panicked family on the front lawn. A woman was having a seizure. Just 1 week after being certified in CPR and first aid, Sarah put her newly acquired skills to work. She monitored the patient, made sure her airway was clear, and reassured the family while waiting for the ambulance to arrive. Again, thank you, Sarah. Repeatedly, Nassau BOCES students and staff have proven that they are just as committed to community service. Here are a few examples of the way staff and students demonstrate their commitment to community service: regional blood drives, fundraisers, and a variety of clothing, food, and toy collections. We're amazed at their ongoing capacity for giving to and caring about others. This year, we collected 622 pints of blood at blood drives at Barry Tech. Those pints were used to save 1,800 lives. Annually, Barry Tech wins the Long Island Blood Service's highest recognition for a high school, the Hero Globin Award. Let me finish by saying that we are extremely proud to represent one of the greatest counties in the nation when it comes to educational innovation and mastery at the district level. From academics to arts and athletics, Nassau County schools excel. Just take a look at some of the headlines. Regeneron Science Talent Search finalists, state forensics champions, and award winners in arts and writing. The depth and breadth of success in our districts is truly astounding, and we are honored to partner with them. Finally, Nassau BOCES is defined by its dedicated employees and board trustees who are focused and committed to improving the lives of our students and our communities each and every day, and nobody does it better. Thank you, and God bless.